Hello everyone, I'm Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War live stream. So of course, we got a Vault Weekend this weekend. I have not had that much time to play, so we have barely even touched it. However, main game plans for today is a very beefed up Underspire. We're doing the entirety of it today, going to go over dead end rooms, use up all of our torches, basically 100 of them to go use. So we'll be doing that for a good majority of the stream. Of course, we'll go over all the weekly spoilers in a little bit. And of course, we got Vault Weekend. So we got to go do Vault Weekend, clean up PvP. You know, all the weekly kind of cleanup stuff that the game has. Especially if you've been putting it off until the weekend. And I believe this is the second to last week of the PvP as well. So we are going to have to mega grind next week. Because we're only going to get like 8,000 today after we get the more points and everything else. And then, yeah, we're gonna need a mega grind. Actually, do we have a totem to use to make that a little bit quicker so we can go to Paloozas instead? Where is the shop thingy? Do we have any? No, we actually don't have a single one. Do we have any PvP points that we can convert into it? No, we got a XP booster though. That's funny. But, no, not quite at the other thing either. Yeah, we'll have to grind all that out then. That's gonna take too long though. But, yeah, we're gonna go almost like 0 Paloozas in. Maybe like 1 or 2. But anyways, let's go over all the weekly spoilers. Which next week, actually what is going on next week? If we bring up the bigger one. So this entire month, we don't really have any special events. We're also very unlikely to get any big patch as well. I believe they mentioned the next big patch is probably closer to March. Biggest thing we have going on this month is the 2 seasons resetting. The one PvP season being reset on next week. You know, next week's the final week of that PvP season. And then the campaign, I believe, has its final week sometime near the end of this month. PvP season, Guild Wars... No, it's actually not until the beginning of next month. Okay, yeah, we don't even have that. So, yeah, we don't have that much going on then at all. We got a Vault Weekend like we have right now, obviously. We got a Guild Wars as you'd expect. But yeah, there's literally nothing happening all of January other than just standard stuff. But speaking of standard stuff, as far as the standard weekly event next week, we have ourselves this new troop, creates 5 bleed gems and 5 decay gems, which is basically 5 purple and brown, just with extra effects. Then gain an extra turn. The auto extra turn on this makes it rather interesting. Without this auto extra turn, it'd be pretty bad. But the auto extra turn does make this somewhat viable. There's already things in the game that kind of do this, but better. So I don't really see too much of a situation where I'd use it, aside from the 50% soul start, or, you know, the 50% extra souls. So, that can help out a decent amount. But beyond that, yeah, I don't really see much of a reason why you would use it outside of any context other than a team that needs a bunch of souls. We are getting Doomed Edge next week. Deal a bunch of damage to an enemy, random enemy, plus 2 per temporary level, and if the enemy uses purple mana, inflict bleed, and if the enemies are Doom, break their armor first. Same one as the category we've been getting recently. It just doesn't do enough armor tier to really be justified, given that you can only really armor tier or go up against a Doom. So for the most part, it's one of those weapons you can run for the current Doom event and then pretty much never touch again. But at least it's purple, so purple should be a pretty free Doom event next week. Since we have access to Thrall Leprechaun or just any Leprechaun team in general. Really low rarity teams have double Atlanta, or even if you just want a quick kill early on. So it should be a pretty free week. And then, of course, you move on to insta-kill like troops like Zolgoth and as such once you get to the higher range. Or, of course, just Flower Dragon everything. Just using a Thrall Leprechaun team to defeat it. Or even Double Pharaoh. Though it does get a little bit riskier later on in case your Flower Dragon does die. But using Hero Tank with Flower Dragon and Double Pharaoh is pretty quick. And likely the high rarity team will show for the video. But, yeah, pretty straightforward event. It's either Double Pharaoh into a Flower Dragon or... Thrall Leprechaun into whatever your best damage source or 2 are. But that's pretty much the game plan then for next week. So, as far as now, we got a lot we need to go finish, and I have no clue where to start. I guess we'll go around to dailies and start working our way around. But, yeah, we got a handful of things we got to go do today. We got to do over 100 Underspires, as well as we need to help with the weekly event if the guild hasn't finished it yet. And we got to do like half an hour PvP. And it's not even counting any Paloozas we might want to throw in. So we're going to be here for a while tonight. But anyways, hello everyone. Hope you guys have been having a wonderful weekend, wonderful holidays. Hello Jets. Hello Minnie. Hello Cookie. Hello Tyrion. Hello Yeah. Hello Isabel. And as Isabel mentioned, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. If you guys have any questions, let me know. So hello, Rob. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, it feels like, gosh, it almost feels like we're going to be going until reset time. We're not actually going to be going that long, though. I assume everything we need to do will take like 2-ish, 3-ish hours. Then we'll have a little bit of buffer time, and then, of course, we'll cover the video at some time, probably tomorrow morning. Unless I'm awake enough to cover it tonight. What tends to happen with the videos is I'll make all the teams, and by the time I make all the teams for everything, I'm like so tired that I can't possibly record it. Like, I'm awake enough to make the teams and everything, but I'm not awake enough to record for like half an hour plus of all the things that need to be mentioned for the week. Is what tends to happen pretty often when I try to do it at night like that. Aw, come on, no gets the door. And no Dragonite, of course. So hello, Brick. Welcome, welcome. Yep, Happy New Year's, everyone. Oh, yeah, isn't this our first stream since New Year's? We had a video since then, but yeah, this is our first stream since New Year's. Happy New Year's, everyone. Hope you guys been having good resolutions. I've definitely been exercising a lot more. Going for a nice hefty walk almost every day. Though I did cheat a little bit today because I went for a walk to go get a burger. Which is kind of counterproductive since you're getting more calories than you even burn. But it was good. And I need something for lunch dinner, so I was like, I might as well. We did a New Year's Eve non-gem stream. Honestly, I don't think we've ever actually done Gems of War for a New Year's Eve stream. Now that I think about it. Other than when we were doing it like literally every day. And even then I didn't do it at New Year's most times. But yeah, this is the first stream since New Year's. First video, of course, was on the new Mythic that came out last Friday. I guess that's something we still have going on next week. Monday to Thursday still has that going on. Oh yeah, you know what I forgot to mention in that video? I'm not sure if anyone noticed it on... Well, obviously some people noticed it. But, also I should reset this battle. Let's want Deathmark to try to kill here. You know what, we'll go for Deathmark kill for once. Where even are my Deathmarks though? Wait. But, Ironhawk is in Soulforge. On Vault Weekend, of all times. Which is kind of crazy. Alright, this battle is actually going surprisingly well. For how much it shouldn't be. How do I have no alignment? Okay, I was gonna say, there's no way we have 0 alignment. I refuse to believe so. I kinda wanna do the resummon here. And then we wait. Yeah, this was a very scuffed battle, but he did go down by the end. Yeah, let me go show Soulforge real quick. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have seen it already. But if you haven't, you still got a couple hours left. Not diamonds. Almost went for diamonds. Nope, not Dragonite either. Maybe eventually if we need more. Actually, what is our Dragonite stack looking like these days? Yeah, 11,000. Pretty healthy. It's over 9,000! But yeah, Soulforge is looking stacked on PC Mobile. Actually, no, it's just Ironhawk. I thought there was a second. Well, I guess maybe Voice of Orpheus. But, yeah, double Ironhawk. Triple Ironhawk. Oh, yeah, Boom Pile was the other one. We have Boom Pile if you want to get 1 or 2 of those for the Explodes. Overall, worse than Pharaoh, but there are some situations where you use it over Pharaoh. Most notably in a Goblin, Construct, or Zhejian team. But also depending on some color restrictions where he covers basically almost everything Pharaoh doesn't. So, actually, he covers literally everything Pharaoh doesn't. So there are some handful of situations where he is decent. Even though he's ultimately weaker than Pharaoh, he basically covers all the holes that Pharaoh has. Particularly in coloration. And then there's Ironhawk, which obviously for Vault Vent Weekend is very, very solid for grinding. Very coincidental that it's available this weekend, as this is the perfect time to be grabbing it. But yeah, double or triple Ironhawk for quick kill teams, very, very good. Honestly, one of the first things you should pretty much craft in the current state of game. It doesn't do too much as far as power outside of Vault Weekends, but it allows you to grind Vault Weekends a lot quicker at the quickest rate in the entire game without requiring pretty much anything other than the Ironhawks. Every other requirement is super easy, just a bunch of rares. So, yeah, highly advised to get your double or triple Ironhawk rolling for teams like, actually not Center Mirage, that has a bunch of annoying troops this week, but for teams like, I don't know, where's my other quick kill one? But for teams like this, where you can instantly kill them out, or the other one where you literally just click one button and auto win. But both of these two teams are insanely good for farming Vault Event Weekends, as well as just XP in general, as they just win instantly in 1 or 2 clicks. Very solid. But anyways, what we're doing. Dailies. We'll not worry about the XP bonus for now. We don't really need XP anymore. Campaign, you're good to go until next week. Invasion. Oh yeah, does the guild need help? No, good job, guild. Yeah, there we go. How's the guild doing number-wise? Oh yeah, we still need one person. And this one, haven't played in like about a week. They were really active for a while. Not sure if it's just because of the holidays. Still giving it some time just in case. But, yeah, we might have to kick them. They're relatively recent, and they were doing really good for a while, but then stopped completely. It might just be a holiday thing, though, so. Let's see. We did that. Underspire, we got to do for 1 billion hours, and probably will be more than half the stream. We have 1 vault key so far this weekend. Wonderful. We are doing great this vault weekend. Actually, you can't even see it, but there we go. I forgot, but why is the camera, like, all the way over there? Let's move it over a little. There we go. Actually, that's still too far off. Why does the camera feel so far off? It's like all the way to the side of my screen. Like, this is center right here. And my camera was like all the way over here. How did it move so much? I didn't move it. I don't know, maybe it just kept shimmying over time. It was almost all the way to the right of my monitor. And even now it's not fully centered, but that's because this whole position isn't fully centered either. But anyways, what's a flash off or anything? No, it's just a useless thing. Of course, we got the free gems on New Year's Day. Make sure to grab that. What am I forgetting here? Oh yeah, last day to go spend your naughty or nice tokens if you still have any from the Christmas event. Don't forget to go claim that if you haven't already. Pretty sure most people have already though. I don't know, did we start getting in the Underspire or did we go for the PvP thing? Let's go for the PvP thing first, I guess. I'll use the extra metal and just go farm metal then. Do we have double buff today? We do. Okay, let's go grab double buff and then we'll go grab all the middle battles until we have 6,500. And then we'll get the 1 hour booster and start rolling with that. Question. Are you coming back to Animal Crossing in 2 weeks for the update? Yes, I will be. I'm not sure how long we'll be doing it for, but me and Isabel, we're going to make a large island together to some amount. Or at least help build up hers. And actually, I think she was going to do it on mine so that she could still have 3 files. Because I'm probably not going to be decorating more than like 1 or 2. And I think you get like 3 of them. But, yeah, we were going to do that. And I was going to check out everything with the patch. How long we're going to do that for, I have no clue. But yeah, I will be checking out the new Animal Crossing New Horizons update on, what date is it? I need to double check because I think I have a dentist appointment on one of those days. I know I have it later this month. I can't remember the exact date, though, of either. The Animal Crossing update or the other thing. It's the only medical thing I have coming up, though. Because of the trip I have during the summer, every other medical thing I planned for, like, after summer. So it wouldn't possibly get in the way of everything. So aside from, like, 1 or 2 dentist appointments, yeah, every single thing medical-wise should be, like, after summer next year. Or this year, I mean. I keep saying next year as if it's not 2026 already. I've been doing that all week so far. Like, every single thing is like, next year, next year, next year. And then it's like, wait, it's already next year. Oh, I needed that. That was one of my win conditions. That's why you run Takshaka. So you have 2 spare win conditions. Just in case one of them or 2 of them die. And let's match unless he somehow gets Infinite Infernus. There we go. Alright, 1 buff down. Let's go get the magic buff, I guess. Where were we going to go do it on? Let's do it on... Actually, there's multiple locations. Oh, I don't have a yellow team set up? Oh, I must have done it on mobile. What do we even want to run for yellow team? Oh, yeah, we just copy-paste what we just used. Let's see. Grab lat, quick battle, grab lat, boom, boom, boom. Oh, yeah, that should be everything we need. Put it over here. No, not that one. Put it over to the yellow thing. Paste that in. And I will go grind central until we get all of the tokens we need for the week. To finish out the PvP season. We just need 6,500. Then we'll trigger the 1 hour booster and probably just use the 1 hour booster in Underspire then. And then it's basically just going to turn into an Underspire stream. The only big downside of that is you don't find gnomes there. So we're going to miss out on a good chunk of Vault Weekend loot. But in all fairness, I think we're kind of good on Vault Weekend loot for a while. I still want to run at least 1 or 2 Paloozas this stream for sure, though. But definitely going to be a very light weekend for Vault Weekend. But yeah, that's probably the last update Animal Crossing New Horizons ever getting. Until they add another one for the Switch 3. I don't know, Switch 2 is kind of in a really weird state right now. I still haven't bothered getting one yet. I'm not sure if I even will. In all fairness, when it came to the Switch 1, I also didn't get it till like 2 or 3 years after the fact. It's because no launch title really seemed that worth it. Alright, there we go. Alright, so now we're just going to go to Central until we get 1 billion points. And just to speed it up a little bit, let me go with that little token that we almost never use that we have 3,000 of. The double VP token. As the only thing we need here is 1 billion VP. I'll actually be taking the 3-star battles a lot here. Nice! Flower Dragon got replaced by Valraven. Huge. Best case scenario right there. I'll just still somehow die to that. Oh, we're frozen on blue. That's pretty unfortunate. Oh, so he really wants the Flower Dragon dead, doesn't he? They're kind of vicious today, aren't they? They are out for blood. Oh yeah, final day of the Steam sales. Did you guys pick up anything? Because I found a handful of games. A couple of co-ops games I was going to do with some friends. And most of them off stream, most likely. I finally got Balloons TD and a couple other TDs. If we ever get into a TD kick, we got 1 billion of them. Put it on the backlog of the 1 billion games we still need to play at some point. Is becoming a very long backlog. Still gotta finish Inscription as well. We started out on New Year's and I haven't had time to stream it again. At some point we need to go finish that game. It feels like from where we are, we should be able to finish it within one stream, hopefully. Skull is actually a lot of damage here. And just Reflect kills itself. Perfect. That's one nice thing with Flower Dragon I don't normally utilize. It has a really, really high Skull Reflect. Like absurdly high. But yeah, so far this year, since I haven't been traveling much the last like year and a half, I already have like 2 to 3 trips planned so far this year. We're gonna be traveling a lot. This might actually be the most in 1 year that I ever travel. I'm definitely gonna be doing at least 1 trip to see family. Probably gonna do my first major trip ever outside the country as well. And there's like a 3rd one that's up in the air at the moment. But those are 2 are the main 2. 1 big family trip and then, or to see family, not with family. But, and then another trip to Greece. Which will pretty much be my first time out of the country. I've been into Canada a few times, but that's not really outside the country. But it is and it isn't. Like, when you drive into Canada, it definitely doesn't feel like you're going to a different country. Maybe if you flew into it, it would. Like, the only thing that at all that even made it seem like a different country is just the fact that they accepted different currencies. And that's it. That's like literally the only thing that made it seem like a different country. What's our bucket list for 2026? For what, the channel or just in general? Because aside from the 2 trips, I don't really have much life stuff planned for next year. Or this year, I mean. I keep saying that every time. As if it's not already 2026. Definitely gotta try to do some stuff to make some more money this year, though. If not necessarily with the YouTube channel, just in general. Because household income's still down a lot after my mom's injury. Because the lawsuit's still pending. She was able to get the job back slightly, but she's in like a weird in-between from when she was getting the disability to actually be able to work some again. But the problem is she's doing so minimal work that it's almost better if she just stays on disability. As far as new games, the one I'm most interested... Oh, nice. We got verse 3. That's the one we need. As far as new games for next year, the one I'm most interested in is Underspire 2. I'm not sure how feature complete the game is coming out because I haven't really been following too much of its development. But Underspire 2 I plan to do quite heavily. Like, the second it comes out, I plan on 100%ing it within, like, a couple weeks to a month. Assuming there's enough content to do that for. Which some believe there will be, if it at least releases with as much content as the other one started with. But not sure if they're releasing with slightly less. Oh good, he didn't kill the main win condition yet. Nice, so we should be fine as long as it doesn't miss. It did not miss, alright, we're good to go. And dead. Hello, Mulu! Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. Hope all the holidays been going well. How many more thingies do we need? Quite a bit still. Actually, not really, because... Well, yeah, we still need to get the other 1,000, because you can't do the 1,000 thingy anymore. So we actually do have to get 6,500, not 5,700. The extra 1,000 glitch feature thing. They finally ended up patching not too long ago. Alright, what do we need here? Mana. Honestly, I should start picking a day of the week and just start doing, one random game. Because my backlog of gaming debt these days is so high. As far as games I eventually want to try that, you know, we need to get around to. Most recently is Inscription that we started on New Year's Eve. I don't know, I should just pick a day and start doing it. What do we need here? I'll take that over. Hello, Imperial. Happy New Year's. Hope everything's been going well. Welcome, welcome. Alright, should only need a handful of battles now that we're getting double VP per battle. What is it, like 100 something per battle? Yeah, 142 right there. So another like 10-ish and we should be good to go. Everything's been going pretty decent so far this year. Though not much time has passed for things to not go decent. It's more so all the plans for the rest of the year that we'll have to see if it goes into place. I still need to go get that passport too. I still haven't done that yet. Gotta try to do it before the next government shutdown in the next who knows how many days. I say, give me the weaker battle. Catch you later, the brick. Have a good time. Catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we did start a little bit later for the stream tonight. That's because I was grabbing dinner. Hey, verse gnome. Not the one we need, but is one indeed. Haven't gotten to grind the Vault Weekend much this weekend, but hey, we're still getting some value. Alright, let's double check our progress. We should be pretty close. Yeah, we need 500 more, which is like 3 to 4 battles. If we just take the bigger ones. Alright, we're pretty much there. And then we'll probably start up the hour booster and just go straight for Underworld then. Only problem is Underworld's not the greatest location to be using it, but oh no, the team's not that bad this week. You get ear tags for Christmas, but lost your key somewhere in the house? No! That's how it reminds me. I need to go get my keys back at some point. We were getting a bunch of them remade. Or, you know, duplicates of the keys. But I actually don't have my original keys back yet. I just realized. That's because I don't really use them that often. Is it because there's pretty much someone always at the house? Alright, one more battle and we should be good to go. We'll take the harder one. Like literally using Wand of Stars, which gets replaced with Prismatic Orb. The way that they're using one of the other dragons, I guess they just don't have the better one. He's using the blue dragon for the synergy there, it looks like, though. With the fact that Tuck Shaka creates blue. And green. Alright, that should be everything we need, right? Yep, every PvP weekly. Nice. Oh, I thought it was 69. It's 96, sad. Oh, we did not go low enough to, Oh yeah, we're in Ruby. I guess we're gonna have to go all in for next week, which we're gonna go do anyways. Wow, a bunch of people all the way at the bottom of Ruby. But, yeah, we gotta go make top 3 next week. We gotta actually get a lot of points next week. Where is the thing? If I go check PvP shop. Yeah, we gotta make 30,000 points next week. That's pretty doable, though. Worst comes to worst, if we're using doubling metal, I think we can get that done in like 3-ish hours, so it's not that bad. So if we just dedicate a day to just kind of power grinding it out of just PvP with the buff thing, it should work out pretty well. We'll probably just spread out throughout the week. Alright, so let's go use the big booster, I guess, then. Head over to here, grab all this. And yeah, start doing Underspire. Because we got a lot of Underspire to do. We are like right at the beginning. Literally where we left off on Mondays where we are right now. We're still using the early battle team. We were so early. Though, of course, we will be switching over to the more insta-kill team once we get a bit deeper. But for now, we're just running with this. Just because it kills the really easy battles very quick. But yeah, we're way at the beginning. Is that everything we need here? Sure looks like it. Let's move on to the next floor. Basically going to full scout every floor until we find portal. Then once we find portal, we'll go to the end. And once we go to the end, we'll backtrack for all the relevant rooms. And after that, we will have to run at least one Palooza at the end. Which I should probably also do while we have the booster thing going. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Both this and the other thing doesn't really give that much gold or souls. Best use case for, oddly enough, would probably be PvP or Explore 12. Since we don't really care about the XP as much these days. Higher level, we got 20, we got 19, go for 20. That sounds pretty on par. This sounds rather ironic. The first chest of the day. Can we get anything good? Because honestly, this thing has some really nice loot. If you can actually roll the nice loot. Can we roll it? Sad. No. Literally the worst thing is trinket. It's like trap room level loot. Hopefully we'll see at least a few of the bigger ones. Imperial deed book. I just still haven't seen deed book yet. Have any of you guys gotten deed books yet from treasure rooms? I believe it's the only reward I haven't seen from its drop table. We've seen the 50 Dragonite, we've seen the Imperial, we've seen a couple other of the decent chunks of loot. But I've yet to see any of the 6 color deed books from it. Oh, nice! We got Scout on Path. Oh, we found the final boss for one of the floors. I can't tell if this is 4 or 5. Or 6. But we found the boss for what looks like the final floor. It's actually the first time we got to pre-scout a boss. It's also the first time we only got 6 instead of 9. We got scammed. Because it scouted right here instead of right here. So we could have gotten like an extra dead end room or something. It's the first time we ever only got a 6 scout. But it's a pretty interesting one in that the first time we ever scouted a boss room. I mentioned that the dead end room of the merchant is the best one to find. And if you're full scouting, it is. But if you're only trying to rush the boss, honestly, the best one that you could possibly find then is the boss room itself. Just so you don't have to guess where it might be. You 100% know where it is. Because having the merchant as the best room is only applicable if you plan on full scouting the entire everything. If you only plan to do a lot of scouting, but mostly just go for the bosses, having that deep in is actually a little bit more beneficial. Alright, so it's obviously gonna... Oh, actually it could be to the right or to the other side. We'll go over here first since we're already in the area, though. You get an Nisha 3 room? Yeah, that's... dead end rooms can do that. I don't think the other thing can. Yeah, dead end rooms still have the triple Nisha. That being, of course, when they're better loots. Nice! We got a super early floor 2. Please send me to 4. Oh, I have no clue where we are, but we're going forward. This looks like around 4 or 5. I'm not sure if it sent us to 5. But we might have gotten another 2 to 5, which would be huge. Based on its distance, it looks like it's only 4, though. We'll still keep moving. But yeah, we found that really early. Oh, wait. Oops. I'm using the wrong team. I gotta switch. It's only for the early battles. Good thing we got an easy battle here. But I need to go change my team. Let me go copy paste this one in case we need it again. Because I'm gonna need to switch back to it for floor 2 later. That or do all floor 2 now and then go back for it. Maybe I'll do that actually. Let me go do everything I need to do with this team now. Okay, so this is double dead end room. So we can kind of work our way backwards from there then. But before we do, let me go do the entirety of floor 2 right now. Because this is the last we'll need to go use this team for. And then for the rest of the raid, we just go switch to the real team that we showed in the video. This is just for cleaning up the early section. Yeah, let me do the last of stuff we need for early section, and then yeah, we'll just steamroll everything with the main team then. I just want to fully use up this team while it's still applicable. Just so we don't have to switch twice. Because floor 2 is the deepest we'd ever have to use it. Floor 3 and onwards is going to go too slow to bother. I guess maybe floor 3 we can as long as they still double shot. But everything else I'll just go with the real team. You got a green book on alt, none on the main? Wow. That reminds me, we haven't gotten any of the special loots yet. Okay, so, well, look at this primary path right here. Well, that's technically not primary. But we got a scout orb and the door within like a few rooms of each other. One on primary path and one on a one-off from a side path. It's kind of crazy. I do notice that a lot of areas seem more condensed now that's trying to shove a bunch of those new rooms into it. Also, even though the thing said 0 to 1... So far, I've seen the maximum number of extra utility rooms every time. Have you guys ever gotten a layout that hasn't had it yet? Like, that hasn't had one of the mines, or the door, or the, whatever the other one is called. The little powder keg thing. Like, so far, I've always had maximum number of, boons. Like, any of the ones that are 0 or 1. I've always had one of them. Yep, there it is. There's one of them. Speaking of, halfway done with the achievement. Lowest roll you could possibly get, though, unfortunately. Now all we have to do is find the, that was powder keg, so now we gotta just find the mine. And, yeah, we'll have all the ones we need. And it's mostly just about dead end rooms and, trying to get the thing. Or, you know, all the standard door things. Yeah, there's one of them. Speaking of. Still gotta find the other one, though. Hey, Imperial! We got one good drop so far. Which, honestly, I'm almost at the point where I care about Imperials more than deed books. Which is kind of funny, because based on my drop rates right now, I'm pretty sure the Imperial is more common in the deed book. But ironically, we actually need the Imperials more than we need the deed book right now. We're starting to get close to that point. We're not quite all the way at that point, but we're getting really, really close where Imperials matter more than deed books. Like, by the end of this year, we'll be at that point. Where Imperials become the more important resource. Speaking of which, you can actually double Imperial on the second battle here. I've done it a couple times. Overall, I don't feel like it's worth it unless you're really in a pinch for Imperials. It's only 250 gem saving. Which is one of the lowest gem savings you get from any viable room. Out of the 4 viable rooms, that has the lowest amount of gem value. So I guess it does come with an epic key as well. But epic keys are really consistent for loot. But there we go. Alright, let me go finish out the last few that are on floor 2 and then go switch to the real team and go to our door that's in like floor 5 or 6. I mean 4 or 5, I mean. Yeah, we'll get that down. Good to go. Nice. Treasure room. Fortunately, a merchant over there. But of course, one of them's always expected, so not much you can do about it. Alright, so now with double dead ends, you're almost always getting at least one thing that's useful. Come on, a little more mana. Alright, what do we got here? We got a nothing. Alright, now let's go switch to the real team. Hey, Tribute's ready. Wait, it's been an hour already? Oh, it was an hour since I took Tribute, not since we've been streaming. I was gonna say, there's no way it's been an hour. Alright, Underspire, we'll put over Under. Actually, I don't even need to. Oh, wait, did I just overwrite the team? No, I didn't. Wait, did I? Okay, good. I didn't overwrite it yet. Give me that. There we go. Alright, false alarm. The team has not been overwritten. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're just using an Obsidian Labrim with a billion amount of mana accumulation into kill with Catharix. Actually, so much so, I kind of want to go double Catharix and just ignore this guy. I really don't need him for his one stun gem thing. Or if I do, I should do it in an order where we just tank with hero and hope it doesn't die. Which is a little risky. Which is kind of one of the reasons I was using him in first slot. But he's just mana blocking so hard. Let's try it like this. Oops, it didn't save my order. Well, I guess we're trying it like this. Yeah, ideally we just want to take purple immediately. Cast book. Cast book again. Win. Yeah, I gotta get rid of that one guy from front. He could be on the team, he just needs to not be our first slot. He's blocking Catharix too much. He's also blocking our initial Brown. He's definitely perfectly fine on the team, though. But we're gonna just have to go a riskier order and do something like this. Because our hero's not particularly tanky. And now we can't use its resummon capability. But I have enough stats where it shouldn't really matter that much. Oh, a bit of a big miss there. Oh, we got it already. Huge. Okay, we already found both the two ones we needed. Also, what a weird number. We just got 17 from that. Alright, so this is primary path soon, right? Wait, that's weird. Huh. Why is that so close? Oh, is this primary path right over here? This might be primary path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it would normally wouldn't do that, though. But I think that's primary path right there, though. Based on where the door is. What floor is that, then? What floor is locked by red gate? There's one thing I get really confused by with the new format. Once I see the mini-boss, it'll remind me of what floor we're on. But I'm not good at determining what floor we are on based on the gate. Because this hasn't been relevant until the teleport door in the last few weeks. But prior, it has never been relevant. I was using that. Do we have enough true damage to kill here? We do. At least with fair fire assist. Let's see, we'll throw that down. Oh, so speaking of random things this year, one thing that was on that list is I was actually considering starting a second YouTube channel and just focusing on like a new niche or something. Obviously still doing what we do for Gems of War and everything on this channel. But I mean going like all into some weird angle. Like we were do like a RuneScape only channel or something similar. There's stuff like that I've been meaning to kind of do. It just, this channel is so broad that it doesn't really work for something more specific. Or we do like one specific thing on one channel and then do everything else on this channel. Alright, we did that, we did that. We got 2 more to get to the gate. I still forget completely which one this is though. But based on how deep this is definitely 4 to 5 or 5 to 6. It's hard to tell which one. I think that's hard to tell is this primary path going up? Or is this primary path? Because I assume up is primary path there. Which means obviously we gotta move to the gate regardless. Let me grab that now. But I would assume up is primary path. Actually, we can kind of figure out guaranteed based on the number. Let me go check real quick. There's one concern I had for going this deep. It was one of the main reasons I was going to run the other guy as a tank and why I showed it in the video as a tank. It's just a really high liability, having Book in your first slot. Because you can't utilize its resummon and we're using it purely for speed. But no extra utility otherwise to keep it alive. Which very much kills it pretty much instantly. Which converts a lot of the value that it could potentially have because the enchant doesn't get to last that long. Mostly because it dies. It kind of dies before it gets to utilize it. Oh, we found a door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it has to be double dead. Okay. So primary path is up from here. So this is a 112. Next room I go to needs to be a lower level than 112. If it's higher, then it's not the correct way. If they're both lower, we got a problem. But one of them should be higher than 112, and one of them should be lower. The one that is lower should be correct because it's primary path. Because we're going in reverse, where we would normally need to go from highest to lowest. And now we need to go from lowest to highest. Oh, sorry, we normally need to go from lowest to highest. Now we need to go from highest to lowest, I mean. You know what I mean. We gotta do the reverse of what you normally do. So this needs to be lower than 112. This needs to be lower than 112. Alright, this one is lower of the 2 numbers. Wait, now I'm even more confused. What? That means primary path is this way. Potentially. What? I didn't think about that. But that's also a possibility. Where this is primary path. 1, 2, 3, 4, double dead end, and it's over there. Weird. Yeah, let me go this way then. I'm so confused where primary path is. That The struggle of getting portaled in the middle of a floor. We got it pretty easily most other times. It's actually the first time where it doesn't seem as obvious. But regardless, we're going to have to basically take almost every room anyway, so it shouldn't matter too much. And good thing we got an insta-kill option this week. Not the strongest team we could ever have for Underspire, but a very, very solid one. Far from the worst, that's for sure. That's not the color I wanted. I meant to click yellow. Overclick slightly. Oh, wait. What? No way! It happened again. Remember that 1 week? Oh, no. Unless this is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No! Remember that 1 week where we got like a absurdly long row all the way at the bottom that went across like the entire map and then finally went to a dead end room? It only happened once in the entirety of us ever doing Underspire. It finally happened again. Look at this. Unless this is primary path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait. Never mind. It might not have happened again. This right here might be primary path. In which case, it didn't happen. But there was one time where we had like a 20 room bottom row. Where it just kept going and going across like the entire floor. But no, this might not be it. If left is primary path, then never mind, it is correct. It's a 6 off. But if left is not primary path, then it did happen again. But we'll find out in a second. Because after we go get that key, I am going to go left just to kind of check. But if that does lead the primary path, then no, it's just a normal 6 off. Which isn't anything out of the ordinary. But if that's not primary path, then it is. Alright, well, there's the whole path. Let me go head over here first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, no, it can't be, right? I'm so confused. Yeah. We just got a really weird layout. Of like an 8 or 9 off or 10 off boss room. Something that almost never happens other than from a weird glitch that is very, very rare. I've seen less than once per year. Like exceedingly rare. Like so rare, I've only seen it one other time ever. And this would be the second time. Oh no, it is primary path. False alarm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, false alarm. It is a 6 off. This one is just a normal 6 off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's be normal. So yeah, false alarm, not one of the weird ones. So far we've only seen it once ever then. The really weird ultra long path. Yeah, it's all normal. It all checks out. This time. We'll find it again. As they finally fixed a glitch that caused the issue in the past. The only reason that makes me think it doesn't, or they haven't, is it happened like 2 years into it existing. It's not like it happened like really early on. It happened while it was still out for quite a while. Which makes me assume they still never fixed it to this day. Which is a very absurdly rare occurrence. Or you get like a 10+ room line all the way at the bottom of the board. But I guess it could happen potentially anywhere, but I've only ever seen it at the bottom. Like, the glitch can definitely only occur in, like, the outskirts of the map. Not sure if it's only the bottom or if it's just the outskirts in general. Or it just keeps loading in an extra room instead of, because it can't go down or, you know, whatever direction the wall is. So it keeps overcompensating with rooms. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I actually need that color. I don't have any mana to win. And enchant's not going to be enough this turn. There we go. Oh, so I need to figure out what boss this even is. I believe this is a lantern here. I'm pretty sure this is boss number 4. I am halfway confident this is boss 4. It should probably be 100% before we click it though. Because boss 5 is completely pointless to use this on. Trying to remember, what color is boss 4? I want to say yellow. I know red is 6. But I believe yellow is 4. Purple? Isn't purple 5? As an epic vault key. Yeah, isn't this 5? I'm pretty sure this is 5. I'm like 90% certain this is 5. Or, you know, 5 to 6. Which I mean, that's the final section of 6 over there. Right? Ruby is 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, you know what I mean. But I mean it based on the door that's going into. But isn't this bringing us to floor 6? Because I'm pretty sure it is. Are we going crazy? I'm pretty sure that one goes to floor 6. Five is yellow, 6 is ruby. Oh, okay, so purple is the correct one. So I was confusing purple and yellow then. So this is floor 5 going, or 4 going into 5 then. For the double silver. Yeah, let's go take this one then. Shouldn't need anything special for this battle. Though I probably should start putting the tank guy back in first slot though. Because we're already struggling on this floor. Can only imagine how the next 2 floors are going to be. Don't need double skull. He almost got a triple on me. Luckily, losing troops here means nothing. There we go, double silver. Alright, let's go scout out the rest of the place. Because I was going to say, I could have sworn blue was floor 3. But yeah, it is. Alright. So we went from 2 to 4 this time instead of 2 to 5. That's fine. Let me go clear out the rest of this area since we're already here. And then we'll go do, switch up the team into a tankier format. AKA exactly what the copy-paste is. Because our hero is already getting slightly too squishy in first slot with no defenses. We're just going to have to take a little bit of a hit to mana accumulation for the tankiness. It says this path's still going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah. This can still go one more. Never mind. If it still keeps going after this room, there's a problem. Like, if this isn't single or double dead end. Actually, it can't be double. But there should be some kind of dead end room. Actually, you know what this probably is, since it's not doubling? This is probably merchant. There's a really high chance this is merchant right here. Once again, shouldn't have done that because I need that for mana. Yep, merchant. Yeah, that was kind of expected. Because it was 6 off and we already found boss room. So I'm not sure why. I always keep thinking for some reason that the gold pile has, or you know, the big mimic guy has like a mean insta-kill or something. He at no point ever had that, but I always in the back of my head think he does. He did at one point have gold armor, which is like, what, 70% score reduction or whatever it is? I think it's 70%. And that was eventually changed to just armored or whatever he has now. I think it's just armored. But he originally had gold armor at 70% score reduction. However, he at no point has ever had insta-kill immunity. But like the third time I ever run an insta-kill against him, it's like, wait, does he have immunity? Back of my head, I always think he does. But no, it's just a normal impervious. It sure feels like a troop that should have it, though. That would have been an interesting angle for the troop if they did go with that. Like, make it immune to insta-kill and gave it, 70% score reduction. Because that would actually make it pretty tanky. Two torches. And yeah, we already found both the two rooms we need for achievement. At this point, we're just going for loot. Oh, yeah. Also, while we still have the booster going, I should probably go run at least one Palooza. Especially since we're pretty much like right at the halfway point. Go hand out a code and go run a Palooza. But we'll do it after this battle. Or after we finish this floor. Because we're almost done with this floor in like a few battles. Oh, I was hoping that would kill. Yep, that's the final room of this floor. I'm gonna go take that. And then we're gonna throw down a redeem code and a Palooza. All right, do we? Yeah, we got a full Palooza in there. Perfect. All right, let me go ahead and add a redeem code. Also, this is the second to last ever gem code for the new year. The next one we hand out tomorrow night will be the last one ever. Unless they ever change the code system again. Be the very, very last gem key code of potentially ever will be tomorrow night. That's the second to last one. Alright, let's go run Palooza. Let's go to Wild Plains. And not that one. Get the real Palooza team. And yeah, let's go run one Palooza. And then let's go finish out Underspire. There's going to be a very small amount of vault keys this weekend. Probably the lowest we've ever gone for, other than when I was on vacation. But, oh, you know what? Let's go run the one for PvP. Just so I can grab the other loot later. We got an XP booster right there. Boom, perfect. Alright, well, let's go run it. Go over to games, go over to, no, not the games. Go to Wild... Oh, yeah, there. I need to go to games, go to Soul Forge. I was right. That was not the Palooza. Alright, the one and only Palooza this stream. Go! We do that for the next 15 minutes while we have the boost and everything. Both of the boosts. And then we'll go finish out Underspire after. Which will probably still take a decent chunk of time. We still got like 50-something battles left. It's not a small amount of battles. Mostly because I'm doing basically the whole weekly in one day. Or one night. But it is for the next 15 minutes, and then we'll go back to finishing Underspire the rest of the time then. And that should be every daily, weekly, and everything else completed. The penultimate code, I know, right? We're still going to have codes, just there's going to be those small pet codes occasionally, like once a month. And I still have the one for this month, by the way. I can't remember what it's for, though. Because I don't think it was one of the old Lunar New Year pets, which we'll probably get for next month. I'm not sure what it was, but we do have a pet to hand out for this month. Not sure when we'll do it, because there's no big event going on in the game this month. It's actually an extremely uneventful month. Every single week is just standard week stuff. Which, of course, is still quite a bit of stuff, but, you know. Like, aside from the PvP transition, there's no notable thing happening all month. That's, like, out of the ordinary for a month. Because the season resets not till early next month. There's likely no patch this month. And there's no big event this month. Until next month where we get, like, the lunar event and everything else. 2 years ago, they offset it by having a new kingdom come out. But we haven't gotten a new kingdom in 2 years. Or is it 3 years at this point? It's 2 or 3. I think it's been 2. Yeah, they're starting the month off, or they're starting the year off weak. We got a weak mythic. We got a pretty uneventful month. Hopefully next month will be a bit spicier. I believe they said next patch is until March, so I don't even have patch then either. Though I'm pretty sure 10.0 is finally implementing that one feature they talked about the other year. Which at this point was like a year and a half ago. The one that's going to be bringing in like anti-extra turn mechanics and other similar things to kind of vary the meta a bit. Whatever those things end up doing, we'll probably also bring back Skull Spam and a few other teams that maybe have never been viable for. There's a lot of details with it that we don't currently know. But it'll probably be the biggest meta shift since 2019 where they added medals. So it'd be the biggest medal shift basically in 6 years. So hello, Milheim. Welcome, welcome. Hope all has been well. So hello must be music. It's hard for you to get gold in this game. You're trying to upgrade your kingdoms, trade stones, and gold. Easiest way to get gold early on in the game would be, well, right now it's Vault Weekend, so doing any amount of Explorer would be pretty good for gold. Just to get a bunch of gnomes and get a bunch of resources from them. But generally speaking in early game, PvP is normally where you go for gold. It can be a little bit rough early on until you get one solid team to run in like Central Area or something similar. But low-level Explorer PvP tend to be the two best ways to get gold early on. Explorer if you don't have a good PvP team yet, and otherwise PvP team. In the Central Spire where you can use anything. But yeah, gold is pretty tight in early game, but you eventually have more than you ever need to do, or that you'll ever need. One other thing you can do too, if you're ever in a pinch for gold, is if you ever get a bunch of glory from stuff, like from glory gnomes from Vault Event Weekend and stuff like that, you can convert your glory into gold whenever there's a 300 glory troop available for the current weekly troop, because it gives the best transfer rate of converting glory to gold. And you can do it instantaneously, converting your glory very quickly into gold. It's never worth converting your gems into gold, but it's definitely worth converting glory into gold that way. It's only worth doing when the glory troop is 300 glory, not when it's 400 though. Otherwise it's costing more per convert. You do get more trait stones, but it's better to do it for the other resources. After this Palooza, we'll go finish out Underspire then. So we did half through Palooza down, do half. And I'll probably end it when we do the other half. Just so I can get some amount of rest before we go record the video. It's almost that time already. Gotta record it in like 4 hours, or at least start making the teams if nothing else. Not sure if I'll be awake enough to go record it tonight. What cards are we using right now? We're actually using a lot of low rarity thing with double Ironhawk. Ironhawk is something that you normally need to wait until it rotates in Soulforge. It is in Soulforge right now, oddly enough, if you're on PC Mobile. For the next several hours. But, yeah, it costs 4,000 diamonds each. You can also get it by throwing event keys during a Adana event week. Not sure when our next Adana event week is, though. As each kingdom rotates about twice a year. But, yeah, either Adana event week with event keys, or wait till it's in Soulforge and spend 4,000 diamonds on it per each. Which is available right now, if you happen to have that laying around. But yeah, it is the, basically what's happening here is it does 5 damage to all enemies whenever you cast a spell. And we're running multiple of them, so we're doing 10 every single time we cast a spell. And then we're using things that have auto extra turn into a bunch of damage. So the first one has auto extra turn, which will just do the 10 damage of the 2 Ironhawks. And then this guy does 5 damage with his Empower, which is a total of 25 total damage. And this is enough to one-shot Explore 1 in a couple areas. Mostly Wild Plains, Cinemirage, and Drogzoom. Which is where we're right now, Wild Plains. But I guess when you're doing a Palooza, it doesn't matter where you do it, though. But outside of a Palooza, you would need those areas to be able to one-shot them. But yeah, this team actually works even in early game. The hardest part is scrapping together 8 or 12,000 diamonds to get your Ironhawks, though. But the team we're doing right now works regardless of what your stats are. As none of our kingdom stats or anything are doing any amount of power at the moment. That's all static damage from traits and ability. Like, all these numbers could say 10 right now and we'd still be doing the same amount of damage. There's one thing that's really nice about this team. Is it doesn't matter what point you are in the game, the second you get it, it's just good to go. Your diamonds are at like 40 right now. Best way to get that up is, aside from Vault Event Weekend, which is still going on for a couple more hours, which occurs once every month for like a few days. But aside from farming them during that, doing daily dungeon is your best way to get diamonds. It's the main way of getting free diamonds. As well as spending 50 gems every single Sunday, or even every single day, in order to get the extra diamonds you can from dungeon. As a newer player, I ideally want to do it every day, but if you can't afford doing it every day yet with the current amount of gems you're getting for free, then do it only on Sundays, where it has a much better reward than normal days. Because normally you get like 20 diamonds a day, but on Sunday you get like 80 diamonds for the same cost. Yeah, we mentioned it earlier. Zarg, Boompile, and Ironhawk are both in Soulforge this week. The only problem with that as a newer player is that means you're going to have to wait a little while for Ironhawk to rotate back around. But with the new system, it does rotate twice as quick, so I guess it's not as big of an issue these days. I forget the exact amount of time, but I believe it's like 2 or 3 months now for full rotation. Which gives enough time to go stack up 8,000 to 12,000 diamonds then. That's definitely doable in a few months. Just dungeons alone should be able to do that. And an offset with other game modes. But yeah, something I forgot to mention in the Friday video. I didn't actually notice it until after the fact. Like, as I was putting in all the teams and everything, I was like, oh, let me go check Soulforge. And then it's like, oh, there they are. So I never made it into the video. And I just assumed they would kind of be trash, but we actually got really good ones this weekend. It's kind of funny that we got Ironhawks on Vault Weekend, though. Like, the exact time that they're actually useful. Perfect coincidence. But I don't know, now that they rotate twice as quick, it doesn't really matter too much. Because they rotate at pretty much like a perfect time for you to be able to get another set or two of them. So if you ever miss a set, it's pretty easy just to go get them by the next time they rotate. There's one really nice thing about the other patch that they did, like 2 patches ago. Honestly, that one quality of life patch that they did in, what, November? Honestly, one of the best patches we've had in a very long time. The 11-year anniversary quality of life patch. I wish every patch was that good. It was like one of the best patches we've gotten in years. As far as all the random quality of life it did. The other really, really big one it did was finally made pets obtainable. It still didn't fully fix the pet system, but it was definitely a great improvement for it. It did a bunch of other stuff too. But those were 2 of the bigger noteworthy ones. Soulforge going double speed and pets being a lot more targetable. It's still not a perfect system for pets though. There's still a lot of stuff I wish they would change with it. And Soulforge in general. Biggest issue with Soulforge is I believe they're still using extreme spaghetti code. So whenever they do a Soulforge patch, I think they're going to need to like almost just recode the entirety of Soulforge. Which I think is why they've been holding off on it. Because they probably have to nuke the whole system and build it from scratch again. Kind of like what they did for Guild Wars. Which is why they haven't done any Soulforge updates in like 4 or 5 years. Or, you know, at least not substantial ones. Because if they really want to add a bunch to it, they basically got to nuke it and start from scratch. Obviously still keeping a lot of the systems in, but, you know, code base wise, they got to basically nuke it and restart. It's also likely why we've never gotten a the treasure hunt rework. Because treasure hunt was added back in like 2015. The code for it is very, 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 very old. Like at this point, like 11-year-old by the time they actually do anything with it. It's been crazy long. As that's always crazy to think about too. Like, how long we've been doing Gems of War now has been 11 years. But if that was a kid, it's not even a teenager yet. That's such a long amount of time. So I'm not sure if I want kids yet. Like, I kind of do, but when you start putting, like, the time in perspective, gosh, that is forever long. Oh, is that the final one? Palooza music just stopped. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and Underspire then. We got our Palooza in. How many keys did we get? We got 11 plus whatever we have laying around. So we got 29 keys this weekend. Not that many. But honestly, that's probably all we're getting. We need to go finish out the Underspire now. I don't know, maybe we'll run one more Palooza at the end. That might just be all we go for, though. Me and her wife decided not to have kids. We are currently arguing who will break the news to them. That's funny. I don't know, I just hear too many horror stories about marriage. I can't think of, like, barely anyone in my family, either cousins or, you know, anyone at all, who has had, like, a successful overall marriage. Like, literally zero. Like, I feel like their success rate in general these days is just so low. Like, one of my cousins, it literally lasted less than a year. Like, they divorced when their kid was 1 year old. Oh, yeah, it's basically speed running a divorce at that point. It's kind of weird because I have very few friends around my own age overall. Like, almost all my friends are older than me. Your kids always tell people that they're adopted. They weren't. That's funny. Oh, that's the first trinket we found so far. Not like it matters, but I'm actually kind of surprised. Because I found both the two special rooms that only appear once before I found either of the 3 trinket rooms. And I would say the average age of one of my friends right now is like 7 years older than me. And I'm pretty sure I only have one good friend who's even younger than me. And they're only younger by like a few weeks. Which is not by much. It's not a female friend, so we can't do reproduction. But no, that's pretty much been my issue since like after college. Or even in college too. Like pretty much since after high school. It's like every friend I ever get is older than me. Male or female. Oh, so he just summoned Catharix. That's really funny. If we're not careful, he could actually kill me with his own insta-kill trip. I'm killing it immediately, even though it has low stats, just out of concern. That our Catharix backfires and he starts Catharixing us back. Which would be... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I forgot. That doesn't give us mana. Mistakes have been made. I should have just taken that for mana and killed it. But I haven't really made many friends, like, at all in this area ever since I've been here. Like, not counting, like, high school friends. Actually, not counting high school friends, I pretty much have no long-term friend in this area. In, like, the decade or so I've been here. Like, literally 0. I don't know, a lot of people in my generation just don't really go out much, though. Which is why it's normally, like, all older friends. Most because millennials and Gen Z just don't really have the money to be going out. Hey, Double Celestial. Like, I went out for lunch today, and the average age of a person at, like, the bar, the burger bar, or whatever you want to call it, was probably, like, 50 or 60. Like, people who were, like, already above retirement age. And this was on a Sunday, of course. Like, a time where people should technically be off and everything. Like, the average age in there was, like, 60, probably. What do we take here? Do we just do True Damage here? We'll go for green, I guess. And then double poke them on... It's just for what explodes, so we can just click on whatever. I always keep thinking sometimes it's what it damages, but no, that one's for explode. It's the other guy that does damage. It's one of the other immortals. Alright, so we found a door. And this is what, floor 5. Alright, let's go north then. Also, Tyrion, I know you were joking, but I haven't actually been to Wendy's in like half a year now. I've been trying to stay away from fast food. Still been going out to eat like ever occasionally, like today. But I've been mostly staying away from fast food places lately. Still eat out on days where I just don't feel like making anything, though. Also, I've still been pretty good about not drinking that much soda lately as well. Though I haven't fully gone away from sugary drinks, which is probably just as bad as soda. A lot of them. It's like one thing I haven't been able to fully cut. Problem with a lot of sugary drinks is, like, one small little can of almost any sugary drink of any kind is, like, already, like, 70% of your daily sugar. It's absurd how much sugar are in them. The sugar is so good, though. I have cut down my consumption of them a lot, but not completely. Oh, you said napkins? Oh, I didn't see that part. I don't know, one of the other issues of why I might not be able to make a lot of friends in this area is it's just a really right-leaning area. I'm definitely more, like, centrist or left-leaning. So, like, that alignment with, like, starting family and everything else is just not really there with a lot of people. But there's one slight issue being in the south while being raised in the north. There's a lot of people in this area are just a lot different mentality-wise. Which, of course, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not really good for starting a family. Compatibility-wise. Oh, what do we need here? We'll take that one over. Ooh, tier 4 legendary room. Oh, so we already know where the initial path is going. It looks like the first 4 or 5 rooms of final floor is just a straight line, which is very solid. Well, that was pretty much nothing. Where's all the mana? All the things we need for full mana, and there's not a single one of them. Oh, so I keep forgetting these things even have trap gems. I basically ignore that they even exist. They're so weak. It's one of the only few things that was, like, slightly disappointing about the update they did. It really seemed like the trap gem trips were going to be a little bit more threatening. If anything, they're actually easier than a normal room battle. If nothing else, at least they're free loot. Because they do have an extra loot roll. It's not as good as a treasure room, but it's better than literally nothing. Like that, 15 writs. Like, 15 writs is not a lot, but 15 writs is, like, infinite more than nothing. Because you still get the same end of battle loot, it's just you also get that extra chest on top. And the loot isn't as good as a treasure room, but it's not bad. 15 writs is more than 0 writs. Oh, yeah, I never did switch the order of my team, did I? I probably need to go do that soon. We're getting really close to the point where we kind of have to do that for survivability. If we know it makes us start the battle a little slower. It's just too much survivability to not go for. Now that we're actually at a point where we can die. Hey, the second trinket room. I still have never found all 3 on a given week. Wait, is that every room? Oh no, duh, we still need to go get the door thing. Oh, one path left. Alright, let me go change this team to the safe one that we showed for the video. There we go. That should be the exact video team we had for the Monday video. Speaking of which, 4 hours, we can technically start getting stuff ready for it. I'm sure if I'm going to be recording it tonight, though. I'm actually getting really tired already. I'll probably just record it by noon. There seems to be what I've been doing for a lot of them lately. My sleep schedule's just been all over the place, so getting out by noon rather than trying to do it at like 4 or 5 a.m. just works out better. For obvious reasons. Oh yeah, we're blocked on brown now. It's the only really big liability of this team order and why I didn't want to do it initially. Is if we can't get purple, we don't get mana accumulation at all. And we're going to get battles like this where it takes like a billion turns before we get purple. And of course we get purple right as we already got all the mana. But it's going to be a little bit of a liability here and there. There's not much we can do about it. I shut them down yellow. I keep forgetting he's the explodey guy, not the converted guy. And a smash. Oh, I should have probably killed the one that's about to devour us. There we go. Because there's brown curse gems that we're creating. I'm pretty sure count as brown gems for his ability check. His check is whenever there's 13 or more brown, he has a 50% chance to devour. Which isn't great. It's like the same as the condition of the mythic that we got this week. But the fact that it's on such a low rarity troop is what makes it so viable. It also shows up in both Underspire and in dungeons. Which makes it kind of scary because it's actually a half-competent insta-killer. Alright, so this room is completely pointless. This is the 5th one. But the one after this one is important to go for. The red guy. Which is kind of funny because those are also the better 2 deep books. Purple and red. Mostly purple, but red is the one that you need the most of for attack kingdoms. Which makes sense because it's the attack color. Because now that we finished all the purple deep book stuff, red is actually the main one I'm bottlenecked on, oddly enough. Not the point I thought we'd ever get to, but yeah, we're actually bottlenecked by red. Rather than purple now. And eventually we're going to be bottlenecked by Imperial red and deed books. The tides are turning. No longer is just purple deed books. Now it's red deed books and eventually Imperials. Alright, and then we go through this path, and then we just gotta backtrack for 3. We still have 32 torches, plus I haven't bought any of the dailies yet. Mostly because I didn't want to do that in case we don't even need to buy any. Because we don't know what the paths are gonna be like. Because at this point, we're rushing final floor until we find final boss room. then backtracking for 3. And then if we have everything done by then, there's no point in really getting more torches. Because the only benefit we'd get is excuse me, a few dead end rooms in floor 6, which are really slow to go for and won't really give us much. And would cost even more gems than we already spent. We haven't spent that much. I just spent the 150 per day for 6 days, which is, how much is that? 6 times 150 is 900 on the dot. That is one nice thing about all the Underspire changes. You can very consistently get a 900 gem or lower completion. Whereas before, it could take like 1,000 plus. It's a solid 100 gems cheaper, if not more, depending on how you go about it. Or what your goals are for the Underspire. Like, if your goal is to only to rush to the end, you save a lot more compared to that. Like, probably close to 300. If your only goal is like double the gold medal or double the pet orb. I do want to full scout most of them on our way to getting the final achievements, though. We only have to do that for 2 more weeks, next week and the following week. From there, we'll start to decide how we want to start doing it. The only reason we've been doing it like this is to get the achievements rushed down. But we will reevaluate it once we hit the 5-week mark on the 6th week. I don't know, they added so much loot to Underspire, it still feels worth going for. If you get even 1 Imperial or 1 Deed Book, it is already so worth. Just doing the entirety of it. If you get even 1 roll from a treasure room. And so far, we haven't gone a week without getting at least 1. Haven't gotten any Deed Books yet, but there hasn't been a single Underspire yet where one of our treasure rooms didn't give us an Imperial. Which on its own, combined with all the other loot, is already worth it. Because obviously that's not the only loot we're getting. The base loot in general, even before the buff, was already worth it. It reminds me of when they buffed Vault Keys even more after already like buffing it like crazy from Palooza. They kind of did the same thing with Underspire, where it was already really good value, but now they buffed it even more, and now it's already really good value, enhanced even further. We're on primary path right now. 206 and 198. So highest level was this one? I was hoping I had to access that purple earlier. I should have grabbed it. I keep forgetting, we can't mana accumulate off of brown anymore. I keep trying to take it, thinking we can go for mana accumulation. But we're blocked ever since we made the team tankier. I guess I could always put a meat shield there that isn't brown related or purple related. Yeah, no, that guy's fine. He just blocks our mana for a little while. He slows down the start of the battle by like 30 seconds, but he makes sure that nothing dies. And if he goes down, he's actually helping us. Well, I guess unless we summon something there that blocks us on mana. Like that. In which case he doesn't help us. But we already won, so it didn't matter. Oh. Gosh, it's almost 11 already. Where's the day gone? Today does not feel like it's already past 22 hours. It's gonna be one of those years again that go by in like 5 seconds. Like last year was like 30 days long. This year's gonna be like 15 days long. Each year just keeps moving quicker. Like yesterday was already New Year's, and we're already 4 days in. Technically 5 at this point. Let's see. I'll take that one over. I guess technically 4 if you count elapsed time. Because even though it's almost the 5th, only 4 days of total time has actually gone by. There's one thing I'm curious about. Let's say hypothetically in, I don't know, 300 years, and we colonize Mars. What will we use as a measurement of time? Because you can't use Earth time anymore. That's going to be weird. Because Mars moves on a different rotation. So Earth time wouldn't work. Like, what would we start using? Like, obviously at moon bases and stuff like that, and other similar things, satellites and similar, they still use Earth time. Just because it's the main planet of measurement. But Mars could never, or any other planet for that matter, could never end up using Earth time, as it would never line up with their day-night cycle. As their day-night cycle would take way longer. What's that ability again? I don't remember. Let's just skip mana. Oh yeah, he just does one random thing. Though one of them is Devour. If he Devour... Oh, never mind. He is Impervious. Never mind. I was gonna say if he Devours or insta-kill, that'd be kind of unfortunate, but never mind. He can't do that. I was like, can we stop getting double Celestial? I'm not sure why, but it just loves giving us double Celestial today. That's like the 4th or 5th one we've seen. Like, it's not the worst thing on the drop table, but it's far from the best. But it's also interesting to think about what the First World War would be like on something like Mars. Because realistically in our lifetime, I'm not sure if any of you guys were alive for World War II. Which wouldn't you have to be really old for that, actually? But, like, we would probably live through World War III. But it'd be interesting to see what the First World War would be like on Mars. Where, like, every country that can possibly get there is just in a rush to colonize the entire planet. For resources and everything else. Like, the amount of wars that would happen in such a short duration would be staggeringly high. Highest level doesn't actually matter here. That's double dead end, so we gotta go right. Left is double dead end over there. Alright, one more. We get to find out what this room is. Hopefully the boss unlock room. And then we'll go for a double-double. And then we'll probably take the double dead end right over there and then just head straight back to the first floor. Or third, I mean. And just wipe that out real quick. I'll probably still keep the insta-kill team red and using the speedy team, though. That's because the speedy team's kind of in a weird damage source range where it's just not worth running at that range. It's a weird in-between where we'd probably just be better casting this guy into a Catharix. Because at that range will actually be able to do damage. Unlike here where he can barely even kill a thing. I'm about to do this on green just to kill out the one. The only problem is I have no mana. And I still have no mana. There's mana. No, we got merchanted. Okay, let's take this. We're already over here. But that means we're going to have to go all the way south and go take the other rooms there. Hey, I was about to use that yellow. Oh, sad. I can't use it now. Very unfortunate placement there. Alright, it's full mana. Let me go first slot while he doesn't get 100% revive. He normally does, but since he's stunned, we gotta get him killed while he's stunned. One of the nice things about Catharix. He does have stun, fairy fire, and burn. I mean, stun, fairy fire, and curse, I mean. You don't always get to utilize all three. But you definitely get to utilize them occasionally. In that case, we got really good value from its stun. Or we didn't have to re-kill a unit twice. It's very rare that you could ever use all three of them, though. Normally, at most, you can get two. It's normally, oddly enough, the Fairy Fire you tend to not use from him. Even though he's a pretty decent Fairy Fire option. It's just normally you're trying to go insta-kill with him. So a lot of times it doesn't really synergize much with Fairy Fire. His own kingdom synergy is like one of the only few instances where you actually get to use it. Since there's other things in the kingdom that can do damage to actually use the Fairy Fire. But on most teams where you're allowed to use anything, you basically never touch his Fairy Fire ability. You only use it for the curse and the stun. You get the whole enemy team curse stunned. But the Fairy Fire normally does nothing. Alright, another one down, and it's literally the last possible path, isn't it? That's unfortunate. The only path we haven't taken yet is the one that's down. How close to a wall are we? Oh, we're not that close. I keep forgetting, they changed the color of all the merchant rooms. It's like that slight, like, cyan teal color thing. Ugh. But my sleep schedule has been very out of whack the last couple weeks. Christmas was the first thing that started to set it off. New Year's made it even worse. Still haven't recovered yet. Then a lot of New Year's Day was just like calling people all day, which was really tiring. I hate talking. Oh, one more for insta-kill? No, I didn't get it. 1 mana short. That should be the final path. You know what? We scouted so much in the final floor. Not intentionally. But I'm actually going to need to buy gems to be able to finish floor 3. I think we've touched floor 3 and I'm almost out of gems. We're actually going to need to buy a pack or 2 to go do it. Technically we don't need to because the loot there is so bad. Oh no, do we just skip it? We could just skip floor 3. I forget what the loot is, but it's nothing special. Which means the only thing we'd really get is the treasure rooms, the dead ends, stuff like that. None of it's really high priority. We skipped one of the weakest rooms. Or one of the weakest floors. Might just be a week we just full skip it. Which should be the first time ever we would have done a weird, like, in-between format where we just skip an entire floor. Which obviously isn't something that's been possible until the last few weeks. With the most recent patch. We're at the point where I might just full skip it, honestly. It's going to cost us like an extra 50, 150 gems to go do. And we're going to get almost nothing for doing it. Because we would have already extracted all the better loot. Like, if we didn't find both the 2 special rooms, it'd be like, okay, yeah, we definitely got to go for it to go find it. We already got both of them. And all the more important rooms. Also, can you stop summoning that dragon? But in all fairness, this is like a 1 in 4, 1 in 5 to summon that thing. You're trying to summon a random one from the Depths Kingdom. Or faction. There's only 5 troops there. So it's a 20% chance every time it's going to summon that. Specifically. You find at least 1 deed book in a treasure room every week. 2 purple so far this week. Nice. That's how many Imperials I've pretty much been finding. I have not found a single deed book yet, though. From Underspire's new format. Which reminds me, you know what we should go do real quick today and tomorrow? Because it's the end of PvP season. I think I remembered to do it now, randomly, with you mentioning that. Let me go grab the 3 deed books. So we could grab 3 today, 3 tomorrow. Not a purple. Technically I need red, though. Not a red or purple. Yay, we got a red. Nice. We actually want red more than purple now. But we'll throw 3 deed books tonight and 3 deed book tomorrow. Because next week's the final week for the PvP season, so we won't be able to for a little while after that. So might as well keep that trinket on. We'll be needing it later. Alright, yeah, let's go finish our Underspire. Anything left? Just want to vault grind more, but probably not going to be this weekend. One of the latest vault weekends we've done in a while, but it's fine. I think we'll live resource-wise. Every stack is only infinitely large. I think we'll live with a relatively ungrinded vault weekend. Oh yeah, we're not done yet, but good night, Mulu. Catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. But we're not stopping till Underspire's done at least, though. At least final floor, anyways. I might be skipping tier 6, though. Where's Slacker? I don't know, I just can't find the motivation to go like crazy on Vault Weekend these days when we just already have so much loot. Like, it makes sense when you need the loot. But like, what are we grinding from Vault Weekend for? Like, just more orbs for the stacks. Like, it's not awful, but it's just not that needed. Like, it's still fun to grind it a little bit. I just haven't really been going like super out of my way for it a lot recently. Especially this weekend. There it is. Alright, let's go get our double-double. And, I don't know, do we have enough torches to go do 3? I don't know, we might do 3. I gotta do it inversely, which is kind of weird. I don't know, I'd have to go through the other way. Wait, where even is the other way? Wait, I'm actually confused. Wait, it's not even letting me go! Oh, because I'm on the wrong side, wait. I was gonna say. Where even is... Okay, it's right over there. Which means we connect straight over there. Oh no, it just doesn't seem like we have enough torches. I have 12. Actually 13, because we're at a boss room right now, right? Because this could be a lantern there. So we technically have 13 torches right now. Oh no, 13 doesn't seem like enough to clear out a whole floor. I haven't bought the 50 or the 100 yet today, so I guess we could do that. That or just waste some of the torches. Because I really don't feel like we're going to get that much loot from it, but I don't know, maybe we'll still go for it. The only thing you need from there is the terror troops. Yeah, if you don't buy a lot of the season passes, that'd probably be the main thing you need from Vault Key drop table. I buy all the season pass thingy, so I always end up having them, so I don't need to go on my way for Vault Keys for them. But yeah, that would be one of the main things you would need them for. If you're not spending like $1 a week for the season pass thingy. Effectively. I always do go for them just so we can show content and everything for them. And even if we weren't doing content for the game, I feel like that would be the one thing I would still go for. I'd probably skip Kingdom passes, though I do go for those for the channel and everything still too. But even if we weren't doing the channel, I would 100% still do the season pass thingy. It's like the one microtransaction in the game's still worth it. There's a few others that are not that bad though. Like whenever they add a new kingdom, the PvP one technically, though I personally don't do that one. As well as the Guild War one occasionally if their troop is actually good. Big caveat on if the troop is actually good though. Because if it's a pointless legend that you're never going to use, it's not really that good value. But if it's actually a legend that's going to be used at all, it's actually pretty solid. It also saves a lot of hours of PvP grind. You get like 15 or 20,000 VP points. Which is almost like 2 hours of PvP grinding. If you want to get that for like a deed book or two. Well, technically one deed book. But hey, one deed book's one deed book. And when I say one deed book, I mean like the equivalence of getting like first place in your bracket. There we go. Alright, we got 13 torches left. I guess we'll go do floor 13. I mean floor 3 with our 13 torches. Might as well. Why not? And then we'll just buy more torches as we need. We have as many as 23. I feel like 23 is going to be enough. We'll find out when it's not enough. Oh yeah, I can change the order of the team now that we're doing the weaker battles again. Actually, honestly, these battles are so weak, I kind of want to go back to a quick kill team. Because look at all that damage. Ooh, treasure room. Okay, if one of these treasure rooms is not trash, it was worth doing this. If this is a deed book or an imperial, it was 100% worth doing what we're doing right now. If none of them are, it honestly probably wasn't. I don't find out. But we need at least one of these to not be horrible. That's still... What's with all the Celestials this week? Or today? We've gone over a dozen Celestials from dead end rooms plus that room. I'm not sure why it wants to spam so many Celestials all of a sudden. I don't feel like we've ever seen this many from it. Like actual double-digit Celestial trait stone. Just from treasure rooms alone. I haven't counted the dead ends that also have given us some. Which means over a fourth of all treasure rooms this week has been literally just double Celestial. We've actually gotten double Celestial more than Trinket, somehow. Which I'm pretty sure Trinket's the most common one you can get. I just realized, are we all the way up against the wall? That's kind of bad if so. I don't know, it could be good if it crunches together nicely into a small format. It's gonna be harder to find the boss room thingy. I gotta be careful here. His last slot actually doesn't mean insta kill. No, he doesn't mean insta kill. Luckily, he uses every color, so I'll just kill him outright. Yeah, we are up against the wall. Like, way up against the wall. Oh, stretch. Yeah, switching hero up would be fine at this point. I was only doing it at the later range because we need it for safety's sake. But at this point, it's really not that needed. Hey, we actually found all 3 trinket rooms for once. I think this is the first and only week I have actually managed to find all 3 trinket rooms. One thing that's kind of funny, you may have noticed I didn't go for that trap room, is because we actually don't need it. Because we don't need to go through that door. So it's going to be the last room we bother checking is all the way up from there. Because in best case scenario, we never even need to take that room at all. We're just going to skip completely over it. The only exception being if the unlock room is north from there. In which case, whoops. But otherwise, we actually don't have to do that room. Because normally the reason you would always just do that room is because you need to do it anyways to get through the door. But since we already got through the door, if we don't need to go up there, there is pretty much no need to take that room then. If it was a treasure room, that'd be a bit of a different story, but just a trap room is pretty skippable. I need this first hit to hit second slot. That is not what that did. Oh! We finally got it! Okay, it was worth it. 100% worth. We got a Book of Ice. We did it! They do exist. I had this water here this whole time. I haven't taken a single sip yet. But finally, after 3 weeks of almost full scouting every week, we have found a deed book. The equivalent of which is still worth over like 1,000 gems in current state of game. I don't know. What is the exact value of a deed book? I'm trying to remember again. It's like 50 gems per. Yeah, isn't it like 2,500 gems still? That's actually kind of crazy. Isn't a deed book still worth like 2,500 gems? So even just one single deed book is already so worth. Because the cheapest you can ever get them, other than through alternative game modes like, you know, PvP, other similar things. But like converting gems, the cheapest you can ever get them is, what, 50 gems per writ? And 50 gems per writ comes out to 2,500 gems, because you need 50 of them. So they cost 50 each, but you get, but you need 50. Not counting the other resources, but generally that's the main one bottlenecking you. Oh, so I should have killed the other one and had the other two next to each other, because then we could have killed with the other troop. Now I don't have enough damage because they're going to be split. The one thing I could do do this on red and then do it that way. Oh, or just kill it outright with that. Forgot it's actually quite a lot of damage. Alright, let's hope we get lucky here. Because otherwise we need to start spending gems if the boss room is not over here. Which ideally we can not do. Just got to get good enough luck here. Alright, get the last little bit of mana, go and hit this guy. Casting again should be enough to kill if we can get that first slot rolling. Or we could just do that, that works too. And it was kill him out. Easy enough. Alright, there's double dead end room, so we'll check this one. I don't know, maybe we'll spend the extra 50 gems to go get that other dead end room there. It's very sketchy value, though, taking a 50 gem just for a double dead end room. Especially if we don't even know what the dead end rooms are yet. Since we haven't actually clicked on it yet. I gotta do like this just to ensure we do enough damage. Pretty sure it would have been fine, but just in case. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, this is either merchant or boss room. If it's boss room, this works out exactly perfectly. If it is merchant, then we got trolled heavily. But yeah, we got a deep book out of it at least. The eternal optimist. I always get a look at the positive things. Alright, what do we need here? Oh, I'll take that one over, try to get the thing. That's already enough damage, dead. Alright, moment of truth. Boss room or not boss room? Boss room! We did it! Exact enough torches. Nice. Alright, there we go. And then the only things we wouldn't have scouted is a single double dead end room and whatever on earth the other path has. Which we're just not going to bother with. But yeah, overall, pretty good Underspire. We got our first ever deed book. We got an Imperial. We found both the 2 rooms we needed. I don't know, has anyone not found the rooms yet? Has anyone full scouted an Underspire since the patch and not founded both their 2 special rooms? The keg and the mine? Because ours has always been loaded in every single one so far. We've also found all of them without needing to fully scout ever. Like, I've never been forced to have to full scout yet to try to find them. And there we go. Exactly 0 torches. Perfect. And I believe that's full scout, with the only exceptions being I didn't do this double dead end. And I didn't do whatever's up there, which is going to end in a merchant room anyways. I don't know, I guess we could spend 50 gems and just go all the way. We came this far. Let's go for it. We'll spend the 50 gems. We're not done yet. I just really want to know what's in this double dead end. And then I'll do the other path to the end in case we get a merchant room. Or not a merchant room, a treasure room, I mean. Also, if we get torches from one of these dead ends, we'd actually have enough to go all the way there. Or at least to the point where we can see if it's going to diverge into anything else. Wait, can I kill this thing yet? There we go. Alright, was it worth it? What do we got here? No! Wait, that was the merchant? I'm even more confused now. Alright, well, let's go over here, I guess. Also, you know something we haven't found in the new format yet? I have never once found double Oracle room. It is the only one of the new rooms I haven't found the max number for. Because isn't there supposed to be at least 2? Or up to 2? I have never found a second one ever. We found the max capacity for every other room type so far. Oh, except for maybe, I guess, treasure chests. That one's hard to count. But for all the other basic rooms, I have like 1, 2, or 3. We found them all except for Oracle room. I've only ever found 1, even though 2 is the max. Some of that is because we don't take every single room. But it could actually be the format not creating a second one, potentially. Alright, well, that's a dead end. Alright, we only have to do one more room. Because if this next room isn't a treasure room, there's no point in going any further forward. But if it is, obviously, we'll go forward. But if it's a trap or literally anything else, no point. And it is nothing. Alright, that's it. Well, that's pretty much full scouted. There is technically a dead end coming up, but it's only one single dead end room right there. Oh no, I guess we could take a peek at it. But there's no point because I won't be able to spend the torches to go do it. Whatever that room is, it doesn't matter. 100 gems would not be enough to go for it. Oh, you know what? We'll do the one battle. Let's just see what it is. Maybe it's the Oracle room. Could you imagine? That'd be really funny. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think we've taken out every room. I think this is like a legit 100% full scout. Our first one since the new format. So let's see if this is Oracle room then. Because in theory, this should be Oracle room. Because we found every other room type. And if this isn't Oracle room, that means it spawned us only one Oracle instead of two. Yep, it spawned us one Oracle instead of two. This is a tier 4 dead end. Unfortunately, I can't take it though unless I want to waste a lantern on it. Or 100 gems on it. Both of which do not sound worth. But yeah, that's full scout. With just one dead end room not completed. But yeah, that means I did get only one Oracle. Again. I don't know, has anyone gotten double Oracle at all? I've literally gotten one all 3 times. And this was a full scout as well. The entire delve has been scouted. But only one room incompleted. And no second Oracle. It is supposed to happen, right? Let me go double check the patch. Didn't it say up to 2 Oracles? Could have sworn it said up to 2. I've never seen a second one ever. Yeah, up to 2 Oracle rooms, unless they changed it or something. Has anyone found the second Oracle yet? Because I've literally ever only seen one. Including this week where we've done every single possible room. And we still only got one. Yeah, never got the double yet. But as every room completed except for the one dead end room I don't have a torch for. There we go. That's actually a pretty small format for once. Mostly because it was all up against the wall. Actually, this is pretty much like the whole bottom. What even is this? Wait. I didn't notice that till just now. I think this is the first time we've ever hit all 3 walls. Like to this degree. Because we got the entirety of bottom. Halfway of right. And almost halfway of left. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Also, one random hole over there for some reason. There's such a randomly placed hole. There's like a hole in between like the 3 different sections over there that make up the gate thing. Trap rooms are annoying and mostly not worth. Honestly, I haven't found them that annoying. They're pretty much easier than a normal battle. Yeah, I've mostly been doing full completions for the achievement. I'm probably going to lighten up on Underspire a little bit in 2 more weeks after we finish it. So not next week, but the following week we'll probably lighten up a bit on it. But yeah, as far as next week, we'll have the video going up sometime by noon tomorrow. Because I'm probably going to bed soon and just doing it in the morning. And then we'll be streaming on obviously Monday night, but also, which is tomorrow. But also Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday because we got Guild Wars. Probably the biggest thing happening all week. Is we do have Guild Wars for that of also if anyone should join the guild, let me know. We do still have a spot left. But we have Guild Wars for what is this, Wild Folk? Yeah, Wild Plains. Oh, Wild Plains gonna be kind of rough. I might need to shiny this guy just to have something to use, to be honest. He's actually gonna be a really, really rough Guild War. But yeah, I think we're actually gonna go for it just because we might actually need him to win the Guild War. Might be able to finally get that Paragon achievement too. But yeah, Guild War next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll be doing a stream for that. Also be the second to last time we have to actually finish out all of Underspire. Though I might still keep doing it after, but the next 2 weeks we definitely have to. And there's the redeem code we handed out earlier. Yeah, we're getting close to a level. But that's pretty much the game plan. Monday video will be up by noon. Monday stream will be this time tomorrow night, 3 hours prior to now, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know we'll be streaming at the same time on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for Guild War plus Underspire. And we'll go from there. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful week, a wonderful 2026, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good new year. Thanks for watching.